Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation following. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Allen? Here. Green? LaFour?
Here.
Mistrovich?
Here.
Ricks?
Here.
Warren?
Here.
Yarrick.
Here.
An excuse for Jamie for tonight. She let us know that she is ill, like many others, going through the flu bug. So she got it. Good thing about it is it's going to be over with shortly from what everybody else has been telling me. So anyhow, we need to excuse her from tonight's meeting due to illness.
So moved. Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Hope she gets better soon. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to approval of minutes for the city council meeting of March 7th. Is there a motion?
So moved. Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Is there any discussion on the minutes? Being not, all in favor of the minutes as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. Moving on to audience comments and any non-agenda items. If anybody would like to address the city council on any non-agenda items, we are moving on. Adoption of agenda, Mr. City Manager, you have a change?
Just under the closed session that we do item number 2, the consideration of purchase of property first, as our attorney is here.
Okay. Council understand that?
Yes.
Moving around. Mr. Clark's here with us tonight. Okay. Is there a motion to accept the amended agenda?
Motion to accept the amended agenda. Support.
Support. Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. We need a motion for the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. There's no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. Moving on to items for consideration, which we have 4 this evening. The first one being consideration of special event request by the VFW for their Buddy Poppy sale. Mr. City Manager.
Council is scheduled to consider a request we received from the VFW Post 6802 for permission to conduct their annual poppy sale on Thursday, May 5th through Saturday, May 7th. Members of the VFW will be selling the Buddy Poppies at the intersection of Main and Division. As required under the city's solicitation policy, they have provided the necessary documentation as a city nonprofit within the school district, and all those documents are on file with the city clerk's office.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the request received from the VFW Post 6802 to conduct their annual Buddy Poppy sale at the intersection of Main and Division on Thursday, May 5th through Saturday, May 7th, 2016, from dawn to dusk. Further, the VFW Post 6802 members agree that they will wear reflective vests and utilize traffic cones, that the VWF Post 6802 agrees not to be in the Main and Division intersection from 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. on Thursday, May 5th and Friday, May 6th, and further that the VFW Post 6802 agrees to sign a liability waiver.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Hoping for good weather for him. Any audience participation? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Item number 2 is consideration of establishing budget workshop meeting dates. Mr. City Manager.
Council is being requested to consider scheduling approximately 3 to 4 workshop meetings to discuss the upcoming 2016-17 fiscal year budget in the months of April and May. Previously, I had emailed out calendar pages for April and May. Everyone put their initials on them. This time around, it came back with not many dates available. We did have 2 council members that emailed back in and called back in after I sent out the initial pages indicating that Friday, April 22nd would work, as well as Monday, May 23rd. So I highlighted on the 2 calendar pages I laid in front of you tonight, those 2 dates. I also, in talking with the mayor, we had thought maybe going on a Monday of a regular council meeting. We can set up the budget workshop in the back room here, break and come out here to the table and then go back into budget mode if council would be interested in using one of the existing regular meeting dates to do those. Those, kind of the 2 that work for those would be Monday, April 18th and Monday, May 2nd.
Thank you. If council doesn't mind, I'd like to forego our normal rules so that we can discuss dates before we have a motion. Is anybody opposed to that? Okay. I had thrown up the idea that usually we mark out our calendars for Monday night because we have council meetings, the first and third Monday nights. Although there are people that signed in, I don't know if they signed in because of the council meeting or.
Yeah, for the council meeting. we
Yeah,
tried to-
that, Jeff, I know sometimes you have to take off of work or whatever.
Right, if we wanted to have the meeting, start sooner, that would be fine.
Okay,
I'll just take off more time off work and.
okay. Then I'd prefer to go that direction. Otherwise, it's a Friday night, which as it's turned out, since I filled this out, I have another commitment, which I will give up if that's what we have to do, but we normally don't try to meet on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the only times we don't meet, it seems like. But if there's any way we can do this, the other thing is, in talking to the city manager, I don't think there's going to be a lot of wiggle room in the budget again. So I don't know how much discussion there really is going to be necessary. For some of us, it's going to be the first time through, so it's not that we're going to shoot through it, but I don't think it's going to take as much discussion because there's just not a lot of wiggle room because of the finances in the state that we're in. So I was hoping we could do it a little bit before the regular scheduled council meeting, and then after the council meeting, because a lot of our council meetings don't last much more than a half an hour at the very most. If that's good for everybody, we think, even last year with as much conversation as we had on some pretty hot topics, we still were able to get through the budget in 3 working nights. So I would assume that we could do the same this year, again, giving the same type of monies to work with and pretty much cut to the bone. So anyhow, that was my take on it. Any other conversation? Other?
So, Mr. Mayor, you were looking at doing all 3 meetings that format? Or using one
And
of the-
maybe make the last one the 23rd where
23rd.
everybody was open.
That's what I was going to say.
John,
Yep.
John said he could give up the 23rd.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
So if we could do the 18th, and
Second.
I don't know if that's too quick, John, to go the 2nd or the 16th.
I had just put the 2nd, either the 2nd or the 16th would work. I mean, I
Okay.
guess.
Is the 18th too early of April? Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be is that too early for our meetings? If you think it might be.
Normally, I would say no.
Yeah.
With this year, Angel and I, and
Yeah.
just a lot of things going on, if we did the 2nd, 16th, and 23rd, that would probably assist us.
Okay.
In doing some further research and everything.
Okay, so May 2nd and May 16th and May 23rd would be the 3 dates that is under discussion right now. I see a lot of head shaking, yes.
What time?
Is it looking good?
Yep.
Okay, what time could we meet on those Mondays? What's the earliest that we could get together? Is,
I get home at 5 from work.
huh?
I get home from about 5 from work.
Around 5?
5 o'clock is good.
5?
5?
Dennis?
It's about quarter after.
Oh, so 5:30 then maybe.
I could leave, I
John
could
can
probably
see
sneak out a little early too.
All right, 5:30?
That'd be better.
Okay,
5:30 is good.
okay. Is there any more that we need to discuss there?
So you want the 2nd, the 16th, and the 23rd,
Yep.
all starting
At 5:30.
At 5:30.
And then we will interrupt for our regular meeting on the 2nd and the 16th to run our regular council meeting, and then we will go back into workshop mode for the budget after that. And our council rules is we go till 10 o'clock. We finish the discussion that we're on at 10 o'clock, and then if council wants to go beyond 10 o'clock, a motion's going to be necessary to go beyond the 10 o'clock. And we'll try to keep the agendas.
We'll space them out as best we can to kind of accommodate, yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. And back to our formality. Is there a motion before any further discussion?
Yes. I move to schedule the following budget workshop meeting dates to review and modify the city manager's proposed fiscal year 2016-17 city budget as necessary. May 2nd, May 16th, May 23rd, all scheduled at 5:30 PM.
Support.
What's been made and supported. Is there any further discussion?
I guess just, Mr. Mayor, during that time, then if we're realizing that we need to have an additional meeting, we'll have to
Yeah.
schedule one.
At that time.
yeah.
Yeah. What is it, the second meeting in June? By
Yes.
charter, we have to approve
Yep.
second meeting in June, so we've got
Yep.
a few more weeks after that to do it, just in case. Okay, any other discussion? Any audience participation? Back to the table? And these are all open meetings to the public. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. Glad that all worked out. Okay, item number 3 is consideration of establishing a city manager evaluation committee. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider establishing the ad hoc city managers review committee. The previous ad hoc committee was made up of Councilors LaFour, Schultz, and Yarrick. The committee is charged with coordinating the annual performance evaluation of the city manager and reviewing the city manager's employment agreement.
Thank you. Again, I'd like to drop the formality if we can, council, and discuss who'd like to be on the committee before a motion is made. Anybody have a problem with that?
No.
Okay, all right. Jimmy has been on it for many, many years. Jimmy Schultz, and of course, retired from the city council. There's a spot that's open right there. Dennis, I didn't know if you and Jeff still wanted to serve on the committee?
Yeah.
Okay,
One will continue to serve.
okay. Is there anybody that wants to take Mr. Schultz's spot? I would if nobody else wants to.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You'll do it? Okay, okay. We have 3. Back into our regular mode then. Motion be in order.
I make a motion to establish the ad hoc city manager review committee for the purpose of coordinating the annual performance evaluation of the city manager and reviewing the city manager's employment agreement and making recommendations to the city council on changes in the compensation package provided to the city manager, with the committee to expire on June 30th, 2016, with the following councilors appointed to serve on the committees: Jeff Yarrick, Mike Mistravich, and Dennis LaFour.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Discussion. We thank you, gentlemen, for jumping in on that again.
Mr. Mayor, it's nice to be back on the committee. I was on the committee a number of years ago, so I think it's
I
time to do
haven't
it again.
crucified, not crucified, John, but it's been a number of years since I was on the city manager's. That's appropriate for the week, too, by the way.
Yeah, okay. So he rises again on Sunday, or?
Yes, I do. Is the instrument still,
What I will do is everyone has it in their packet. If there's concerns, get them to the committee, and I'll go over it with the committee before
Okay.
I provide, I'll send out a new form along with kind of instruction sheet. So if there's any concerns, I think we've tweaked it over the years, so I think it's,
yeah,
we've gotten rid of some of the questions that didn't really
Yeah,
quite
last year, I
retained.
think, was one of the years that the questions got,
Yep.
some of them got removed.
Yep. So if you have any
Cleaned it up.
concerns with this, the form that's in your packet, get it to the 3 committee members and they can bounce them past myself.
Okay, very good. Any other discussion? Any audience comments? Pardon me?
Still nada, nothing.
Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Final item for consideration is consideration of adopting resolution number 2016-3, request to conduct a Memorial Day parade by the Richmond VFW Post 6802. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider a request we received from the VFW to conduct the annual Memorial Day Parade. The parade will be held on Monday, May 30th, 2016, beginning at 10 a.m. at the Richmond High School parking lot. The VFW is also requesting that the city authorize the purchase of 3 wreaths, which will be placed at St. Michael's Cemetery, the Richmond Cemetery, and the Veterans Memorial on Main Street.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution number 2016-3, which directs the city clerk to apply to the Michigan Department of Transportation to close M19 on Monday, May 30th, 2016, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for the purpose of conducting the annual Memorial Day Parade.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion?
Always nice to see the tradition continue.
Any audience comments? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. We have another motion for the memorial wreaths.
I make a motion to authorize the purchase of 3 wreaths to be placed at the Richmond Cemetery, St. Michael's Cemetery, and the Veterans Memorial.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Any audience comments? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Again, we do thank our Richmond VFW for coming out every year and putting that all on. Okay, we move on to city manager's comments, sir.
Just a reminder that we are closed this Friday for Good Friday. Also, just to commend the Recreation Department for the nice Easter egg scramble they put on Saturday, this past Saturday. A little cool, but it was sunny and dry, so we'll take that.
Glad it was. Okay, moving on to council comments. Dennis?
Just wanted to thank John and Jim Gottsinger for the tour that other week, or weeks ago now. I missed last meeting. That was great. It was informative, and it was nice to go through the buildings again. It's been a while, and hopefully everybody else gets a chance to get updated on it. So I think Emily got a lot out of it too. So, and then I just wanted to congratulate the Richmond cheerleaders for taking second in the state. It's quite an accomplishment, and I know they're came up a little short, but I think they'll continue the tradition on. So great for them. So.
Michael?
I concur with what Dennis had to say, and that's it. Thank you.
Jeffrey?
Just want to thank the fire department for hosting the Great Lakes International Association of Antique Fire Equipment. The fact, I mean, such a great place to show pride. The people from all around the state come in for this meeting. And our one of the oldest fire stations operating in the state, and definitely the pride of our old American La France fire truck. So it's always nice to have other people come in and see all the things we're proud of here. And I appreciate the department for hosting us.
Very good. John?
I have nothing tonight.
Emily?
I just wanted to thank DPW for putting up the spring banners. I noticed them out the other day, and it's officially spring, so
Very
that was
timely.
very nice. Very nice to see.
Yeah, but it brought the winter weather back. That's the only problem. Okay, well, there was something I wanted to say. Great job by the Recreation Department. Again, I think that's first time around for our director to be running that, and she had lots of good help over there, but it was a nice turnout, and as John said, a beautiful day. I want to say also Happy Easter to everybody, and I hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday. So, we will move on to the calendar. What do we have here? I forgot to make a check here. We do, as John said, we are closed all day Friday for Good Friday. That'll take us into April. City Council will meet on April 4th at 7 o'clock right here at City Hall. Our Richmond Community Schools will be on spring recess starting on the 4th, so watch out for our kids. Cable Commission will meet on the 12th at 7 o'clock here at City Hall. Planning Commission will meet on the 14th here at City Hall. I think that's it. It seems as though there was something else for our calendar, but maybe not. I think it's the calendars that we had. Everybody's busy for the next 2 months. That was a pretty bad calendar. Anyhow, I think that's it. We move on to closed session. The first one being for the consideration of purchase of property, the second one being for Teamster negotiations. It will take two separate motions. We will vote on them separately. So would anybody like to make that motion?
I move to convene into closed session in accordance with Section 8D of the Michigan Open Meetings Act, Public Act 267 of 1976, as amended, to consider the purchase or lease of real property.
Support.
Motion made and supported. Is there any discussion? Being not, roll call vote.
Green, LaFour,
Yes.
Mistravich.
Yes.
Ricks.
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Yark,
Yes.
Allen.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Motion passes. We also need to have a motion to go in for negotiation strategy. Is there a motion?
I move to convene in closed session in accordance with Section 8C of the Michigan Open Meetings Act, Public Act 267 of 1976, as amended, for strategy negotiations sessions connected with the negotiation of a collective bargaining agreement if either party requests a closed hearing.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion? Being not, roll call, please.
LaFour,
Yes.
Mistravich.
Yes.
Ricks.
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Yark,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Green is absent.
Motion passes. We'll go into closed session. Okay, back into open session. We need a motion to reconvene into open session. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to reconvene into open session.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? We are back in open session. We move on now to other business of the city council. Is there any other business of the city council at this time?
I'd like to make a motion to move the direction of the administration to work with the city attorney in connection with the acquisition of real property within the city.
Support?
What's been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Being not, and no audience, I'll call for the vote. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. If there is no other business of the city council this evening, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
What's been made and supported, there is no discussion on adjournment motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Thank you for being with us tonight.